Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about how to pressure yourself in different ways. So, it's mostly like a mindset trick that I kind of thought about and learned about. Is just how you pressure yourself really determines how much work you get done and how much progress you make. So, let's make up a hypothetical story, right? Let's say you go to school, you study a little bit for an exam, and you take the exam, and the results come back, and you find out that you didn't do well on it, right? Now, what most of you would have done is told yourself, oh man, I'm such a failure, like, I can't do anything right, like, you know, you would have just like self-deprecated yourself. You would have told yourself that there's no hope and it's all your fault, or you would have blamed the school for it. You would have said like, school tries stressing me out so much, like I can't do well on anything. And you just, you know, blame whatever you could get your hands on. Now with my approach, it's kind of different. So, how you pressure yourself into believing that you're not capable of something? How about you pressure yourself into doing something that will help you become better at whatever you want to do? So, let's say instead of self-deprecating yourself, instead of doing that, when you see that grade, you stare at it for a little bit and then say, okay, well, now I'm going to go back to school, ask my teacher what I got wrong, learn from those mistakes, and then study even harder for the next test, because obviously I didn't study it hard enough, and then go and take the next test, and then I should get a better grade than what I got. So you hold yourself accountable, and then you pressure yourself into doing something that's going to make you get more progress than when you would have just self-deprecated yourself. Simple enough, right? But most people will take the route that says that they're not capable of something and that they can't do something just because they gave it their best shot, or they just don't have the intellect for it. And I'm just here to say, like, your mindset will determine what you do in life. Your mindset is probably one of the most important and one of the most powerful things you can influence. I mean, think about it. If you don't have influence over your own mindset, how are you going to get anything done in the real world when shit's actually important? Like, let's be honest, school doesn't really fucking matter. But then when you go outside of school, and I'm not talking about college, because college is just the same shit, just a bigger bubble. So let's say you're actually like in the real world, you're not in college, you're not in anything, and you want to pursue something. If you have the same sore loser mentality from when you were in high school, do you think you'd get anything done in the real world? Do you think you'd get any ambitious project done if instead you would have just actually sat down with yourself and just said, I can do this. I believe in myself. I know I can do better. Do you think you would have made more progress if you self-deprecated yourself, or if you pressured yourself in a different way like that? You gotta ask yourself that question. Because most of the time, a smart person would say, yeah, that is true. I do have to hold myself more accountable, and I do have to encourage myself more. I can't wait for someone else to encourage me. But I guess like a stupid person would say, I don't really believe in stupidity. I feel like everyone can be smart. It's just if they choose to be smart or not. Let's just say a stupid person would say, no, but I tried everything. I tried my best. I gave it my shot. It didn't work out. that's when you know that they've already set limits on themselves, and maybe what they said is true because they set those limits for themselves. They didn't let themselves make their own limit. They did it for themselves, or they like set that ceiling for themselves instead of just seeing how far they would go. That's what I was trying to say. They set it for themselves instead of finding their own way, making mistakes, and then learning from those mistakes, and then raising their ceiling higher and higher and higher and higher and higher until their potential is basically unlimited. Now, why is your mindset important? Because when you control your mindset, you control your productivity, you control the way you interact with other people, you control the way you think, you control the way you do work in general, the way you make ideas, the way you converse with people. Instead of conversing with people so negatively all the time, how about you converse with people like overly positive sometimes? Not like, like dick sucking, like positivity. Just like whenever someone has an idea that they have, or whenever they have like an ambition that they're pursuing right now, how about instead of saying, oh, isn't that risky? Or saying something like, oh, but that's going to take a lot of hard work. How about you add on to it? How about you say, oh, that's risky, but it's good that you're trying something that's risky because it will help you learn a lot of stuff. It doesn't have to be overly nice. Like, it doesn't have to be like, oh, I know you can do it and shit like that, because deep down, you probably don't know if they can do it. So how about you say a negative thought, but then add on to it to make it a positive thought? So just do what I said. So let's say someone says they want to be an astronaut. Then you say, yeah, I don't know about how you're going to do that, but I'm sure you'll find a way. Say something like that. And that'll encourage them to become a better person, and they'll probably give you some respect because you gave them respect back. It's really just so simple to make your life better, but then people will just kind of ignore it and, throw you to the sidelines if you try and tell them how to become a better person. Because people don't like being told what to do. They much rather find out for themselves, which is what I preach. Obviously, find it out for yourself. But if you see someone that's not going through a good time, if you see someone that's in need of guidance, give it to them. And if they don't like that guidance, just don't give it to them anymore. That's literally it. You don't have to be all bent out of shape and angry because they didn't take your advice. You don't have to take it personally. The only thing that you should take personally is this person is ignorant. And, ignorance is bliss. So there's really no point. If they don't know that they're doing something wrong, then there's really no point in telling them that they're doing something wrong. Because as soon as you tell them they're doing something wrong, they're just going to call you off as just like a hater or someone that's jealous of you for something. Just be yourself, bro. Go do your thing. And if you see someone that you care about that's going down the wrong path, that you think is going down the wrong path, tell them. And if they don't take your advice, just say, okay, you don't take my advice, that's fine. I'll still be your friend, but don't say I didn't warn you. Just don't impose stuff on people when they don't want it, especially. Because that's the time where they especially won't listen, is when they're so caught up in their own belief that they won't even take the time to listen to you. So there's no point. Don't waste your energy on that. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment, like, subscribe. Give me any support that you can. Just trying to build a community here. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. See ya.